Hello, my fellow researchers, Jaira Mariana, back at it again with another video featuring me responding to your questions about research. I've gotten a lot of
Wow.
questions and comments and requests to create a series about plagiarism from my previous video. I will link it down below. You can watch it if you want. So here it is. This is, I guess, the first part of it. In this video, we will talk about what plagiarism is. So, what exactly is plagiarism? So, according to the Merriam-Webster definition of plagiarism, it means an act or instance of plagiarizing. And to plagiarize, it means to steal and pass off the ideas or words of another as one's own, to use another production without crediting the source, to commit literary theft, to present as new and original an idea or product derived from an existing source. So for instance, it will be considered as plagiarism if I copied and pasted a Wikipedia article into the body of a paper without citing the author, the source, the website, or declaring that the contents were mine. So in other words, plagiarism is an act of fraud. It involves both stealing someone else's work and lying about it afterwards. So I guess that's it for the definition. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments. So question from Shatpuno. In your own words, what is plagiarism? So, in my own words, from what I've read previously, plagiarism is claiming someone else's ideas or product as your own, whether it's intentional or accidental due to carelessness, and failing to acknowledge that it wasn't yours but someone else's. Okay, let's answer this question from Hi, it's me, I'm the problem. How can we avoid plagiarism? Now that we understand the definition of plagiarism, how can we avoid it now? First and foremost, know its meaning and definition, which we already covered in our previous videos. Next is know its consequences. Let's quickly go over some of the consequences. One is that you may receive a low or failing grade. Next, it can damage your reputation and it is against the law. Plagiarism in some countries is considered as a crime and is punishable by law, including those countries including India and Poland, where it is considered as a form of theft and is punishable by imprisonment. So here are ways we can avoid plagiarism. I got this through Grammarly. You can see it on the screen and find the link to the website in the comments below if you want to see it for yourself. First is cite your source. When referencing an idea or phrase that is not yours, include a citation in your writing that provides the complete name of the author, the publication date, and any other citation information mandated by the style manual you are using. Second is include quotation. One of the simplest yet most obvious strategies to prevent plagiarism when using someone else's words verbatim in your writing is to use quotation marks to indicate that the words aren't yours. In order for readers to know the quote is from, a direct quote should also include the source. Next is paraphrase. Avoid using too many words or phrases that are too similar to those source and reword and format your writing in an original way. Remember, a source citation is required because you're still using someone else's idea. Fourth is present your own idea. Use your own ideas in place of those of others to avoid plagiarism. However, we should remember and keep in mind that it's possible to commit self-plagiarism by using your own phrases or reusing past papers. Use a plagiarism checker. Examples of apps and websites you can use is Grammarly and Dupli Checker. I will link it also below. So we have your question from Midnight Rain. Why do we need to give credit to the original author? Very interesting question. So giving credit to the sources you use when writing a piece is important and helpful. For numerous reasons, here are some. First, giving acknowledgement to the original author and their work for the concepts you found valuable prevents you from unintentionally plagiarizing their work. Second, by demonstrating that you have done adequate study on your subject and have approached your work ethically, it increases your reputation as an author. Last, it provides your audience with more resources they may use to read about your topic. Okay, another request or question from Mirbo. She said here, can you discuss the importance of citation? Okay. So before we discuss, it's important let us first know what a citation is. So for those who don't know it yet. So citation from Wikipedia, a citation is a reference to a published or unpublished source. More precisely, a citation is an abbreviated alphanumeric expression embedded in the body of an intellectual work that denotes an entry in the bibliographic references section of the work for the purpose of acknowledging the relevance of the work of others to the topic discussion at the spot. So it is the way you let your readers know that the specific information in your work came from a different source. Typically, a citation can include the author's name, date, location of the publishing company, and the journal title. So now that we know its meaning, let us discuss its importance. So it is important to cite sources you use in your research for several reasons. So here are some. First, to show your reader you've done your proper research by listing sources you use to get your information. Second, to be a responsible scholar by giving credit to the other researchers and acknowledging their ideas. Next, to avoid plagiarism by quoting words and ideas used by other authors. Lastly, to allow your reader to track down the sources you use by citing accurately your paper by way of footnotes, a bibliography, or a reference list. Interesting question from, again, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. So she said here, what are the laws that protect against plagiarism? Although plagiarism is not a criminal or civil offense, plagiarism is illegal if it infringes an author's intellectual property rights, including copyright or trademark. According to the DOJ or the Department of Justice, the Intellectual Property Code is a special law. And under the IPC, the act of plagiarism, when it amounts to copyright infringement, carries a penalty of 3 to 6 years imprisonment and a fine of 50 to 150,000. So additional information in an advisory opinion, De Lima said plagiaries can be held liable under the Republic Act 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 if they are found to be infringing on copyright or exclusive rights of a creator over his or her original work. De Lima said if a copyright infringement was committed, the violator can be held liable under the IPC or the Intellectual Property Code. In addition, he or she can also be held liable under the Cybercrime Prevention Act if the plagiarism was committed through an ICT network or a facility like the internet. Also, other information according to the advisory opinion number 02 series of 2012 issued by the Department of Justice or DOJ, if plagiarism is committed in the form of online piracy by using the internet or other telecommunication networks, and the same constitutes copyright infringement as discussed in the preceding section, the person committing it may also be held criminally liable under the Republic Act number 8792, otherwise known as Electronic Commerce Act or E-Commerce Act. So I hope everyone will use the lesson they acquired from this series to avoid plagiarism now that that we are all aware of the rules and penalties that protects against it. Okay, that's all guys. I guess we covered a lot about plagiarism already. If you wish to learn more about the sources, websites, and links I used to get the material discussed previously in this series, they are all listed in the bibliography. I wanted to thank you once more for following along in this series. I hope it has been informative and helpful. You are welcome to leave a comment if you have any further questions or concerns.